Only leave when I'm home.
If the government can't control it, you're not going to know about it. You're not going to. You won't know about it until they know a way to. They have a plan to control it, even if it's totally wrong. Once they go, okay, this is how we're going to control it. You're not going to know about it. If you just kind of stick by a couple of rules, like with medicine, can someone make money off of it? We got an asteroid called the 3I Atlas. That is, we don't know what's happening. It's doing all kinds of anomalies. It's speeding up. It's slowing down. It's changing trajectories. It's sending off a plume that has an alloy metal, which can only be man-made. You know what an alloy is?
Metal.
So an alloy is basically a mixture of metal, like lead and steel, to make it stronger or suit its purpose.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So an alloy are two basic metals mixed together.
Got it.
And of course, they're looking at this stuff through things that all they do is show light. That's it. And they're like, oh, that looks like the light of an alloy, and it's 100 million miles away. So we have this event that's happening, and they're blowing it up. And what was it? 6-7 years ago, if you were talking about aliens, you were a conspiracy nut.
No.
Now, if you say that you don't believe in aliens, you're a conspiracy nut. Well, of course. Why? Because the media and the government's talking about it. In science, we have a floating telescope that can see hundreds of billions of years into the past and send them to us, on our phones. Werner von Braun, you know who that is?
Yeah.
So he's the
founder of NASA. Right.
He's the founding scientist of NASA, and he's kind of the mother of rocketeering. Okay. Well, there's Jack Parsons, but he's the one who started building these big rockets, and who once said that we would need 3 rockets the size of the Empire State Building just to make it to the moon.
Oh, really?
And he was the one who came up with the staging of rockets and dropping your load.
Yeah.
As you got lighter, you would need less propulsion and stuff. So, and a brilliant guy, but he was like a Nazi scientist, Operation Paperclip, to get him into NASA's space program. So, and he was pretty much the head of it. And he was friends with Walt Disney and all those cats, and very well revered. And so he said on his deathbed, which has Psalms 19, I can't remember what it is, but it basically talks about the firmament on his tombstone. And he went through the different stages of where we're going. And the final stage is what Reagan said.
I couldn't help at one point in my discussions privately with General Secretary Gorbachev, when you stop to think that we're all God's children, wherever we may live in the world, I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species, from another planet, outside in the universe. We'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together.
And George Bush said, is an alien invasion. It has to do with different wars, being at war with Russia, being at war with third world countries, a pandemic, I believe. And then the final stage is we have to convince them that we're being invaded from above. Because if we all get along together for one major cause, we can all be collectively controlled.
Yeah.
So that's why the New World Order is really a one world order.
Right.
That's where we know they're going.
For ourselves and for future generations, a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
And so we know they're going towards convincing us. And now you have Christians who don't believe that there's anyone else. We're going to be a hard nut to crack. You've got the people who just don't care. And probably, if there is any truth to the implants and nanotechnology feeding off of what they're able to defeat in, the chip technology, if it really is as compatible with biology as they would have us believe. Again, I go back to, unless they can control it, it's all propaganda. They only want us to see the things they want us to see, or hear the things they want us to hear. So the fear of AI is propaganda. The fear of all this stuff, there wouldn't be all these articles about it if it was really that dangerous, because they wouldn't be able to control it and we wouldn't know about it. But they are doing a lot of stuff that poisons can kill you. Guns and bombs can kill you. So if you know they're going towards convincing everyone that there's an alien invasion, first thing you got to do is get the media involved. And then you have to have the military, industrial complex, and just basically anyone who's on TV to start changing their tune, going, oh, yeah, it's real. Tucker Carlson going, let me tell you, we have the technology to actually convince someone, even if I don't believe that the chips can mess with the wet stuff in our brains, because they're saying that it can be wired into our brains to hear voices, and that's how a lot of the sheeple and everyone's tired and broke. And also know that the way that you have to destroy religion, because religion is the one thing that's kind of like the X factor. I forgot, it was Tim Pool. It was like, you can go into any Democrat and go, I'll give you $100,000, change your stance on what stage of abortion is right. Now go into, and I'll give you $1 million. Just do that. They'll be like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dog.
Right.
When do I get paid? Yeah, I'll come on your show and preach against it. And, or preach for it. And then you have Christians, like, just all I need you to do is say you doubt whether or not Christ died for your sins, and I'll give you $100 million. Most churches that are worth their weight in salt, you're not going to find anybody. So we know they need to get to point A is nobody believed in them. Point B is make it normal media, slow leak, then get industrial complex. Now we're really worried about it. We're releasing Space Force, but that would be weird if this is the first time we ever heard about this. So when Trump was in office, in about 2017 or 18, when I think 17, when he announced Space Force. Well, Space Force has been there the whole time, which all it is a bunch of nerds in front of there's nobody in Space Force that's flying around in spaceship. But we know that they want the alien invasion, because that's the last stage. If they fail with that, then the New World Order doesn't happen.
Wanna smoke when I drink.